in perfect control. It's like motorized ballet. Formula One drivers have great respect for professional rally drivers, not least because nearly every time they have a go at rallying, it's ended in tears. So if the world's top track drivers struggle to master rallying, then perhaps it's best to first master the more stable world of circuit driving. An empty racetrack is heaven, a place where you can let yourself go. No police, no speed cameras, and no chance of losing your license. To be quick around a track, which you'll have to be to win a race, you need to learn the basics. At first, you won't believe how much space you've got until you get it all wrong and find yourself running out of room and heading for the tyre wall. As you'll no doubt find out, the basic laws of physics apply to all cars, which you have to understand and harness to your best advantage. The 125 bhp Volkswagen Lupo GTI is cute and front-engined. It's light but doesn't have neck-breaking horsepower. Because it's not that fast, you'll be tempted to chuck it around and have fun. It's a giggle, but not the fastest way to drive. Chill out and make use of the power that you've got. The Mercedes SL has a stomping 493 bhp right in front of your nose, and at almost 2 tons, it's almost twice the weight of the Lupo. There's stacks of tyre-burning grunt under your right foot, but as it's a heavy beast, you have to drive the SL using your head. Fling it about and it'll be a remortgage before bedtime. The Lotus Elise only has 118 bhp, which doesn't sound like enough power for a trip down to the shops, but then it weighs just 725 kilograms, about the same as a shopping trolley. It's mid-engined, which gives it excellent balance and fantastic steering, but it's short, which makes it easy to spin, so if you do get into trouble, you'll need lightning reactions to pull it back. The great Ayrton Senna had a hand in developing the Honda NSX. Honed from aluminium for low weight and powered by a 3.2-litre V6 with 276 bhp mounted behind your head, the NSX revs all the way to 9,000 RPM and sounds fantastic. Finally, the Nissan 350Z. Front engine, rear-wheel drive, same as the SL but without the weight. Driving the Z is pure fun. It's really well balanced and great to drift. And as you can see, it looks just gorgeous. When you first go on a racetrack, you'll only be thinking about driving fast and wowing your mates with a quick lap time. Typically, you'll be driving like this, with big swings of the steering wheel and frantic movements trying to keep it all together in the belief that you're laying down a fast lap. Big mistake. Just concentrate on driving smoothly and you'll start improving your lap time without even realizing it. This is what you should be aiming for. Our pro driver has now calmed down and is getting it right. It could be your granddad on his way to the shops to pick up a paper. No sudden movements, no drama, and it's fast. So, be smooth. It's as simple as pouring a pint. Now we've mastered the art of being smooth, we need to understand the racing line. This line is the fastest route around a circuit. When a racing driver talks about learning a circuit, he means that he's working out where the natural line runs. At each corner, there's a point at which you should turn the car into the bend, clip its apex, and a point at which you should exit. Gran Turismo's Kazunori talks of the racing line as an element that the car itself will define.
Whenever I'm driving on a track, my attention is focused on being calm and smooth. I always aim for a smooth lap. The secret of driving fast is to let the car go the way it wants to, not to fight it. The racing line isn't necessarily the most geometrically efficient line. Rather, it's the line which the car traces when you let it lead you. Lines will be decided naturally if you follow the car's lead.
A fast lap isn't about going flat out everywhere. There will be times when you need to go slowly in one section so that you can be quick in another. This is what Driving Test 4 teaches you in Prologue. Here on the real racetrack, it's exactly the same. Master the test in Gran Turismo and you'll master it in real life. The most important thing is to be on the throttle as soon as you exit the corner. The quicker you're back on the gas, the faster you'll be on the straight. Racing school instructors call this slow in, fast out. Try to attack the first section of these corners with too much speed and you'll run wide. Off the track. Then you're in trouble. You'll lose loads of speed and won't get the car into the right position to take the next turn. The end result being you've lost loads of time. The whole lap is ruined, and all because you were too fast in the wrong place at the wrong time. When you start driving on a track, even if you've been driving on the road for years, you don't really understand the forces that build up in a car when it's travelling at racing speeds. The energy which a car creates when travelling at speed can easily push you off the track, as the lads from Polyphony are finding out. So tests like this can be both fun and a steep learning curve. Once you've understood these forces, they can be made to work in your favour, and that's just what the slalom test is all about. The objective here is to drive through the course in the quickest time without hitting any cones. It looks simple and not very relevant to fast driving, but if you think that, you're very wrong. The trick is to let the car flow and establish a rhythm. As you can see, to do this, the driver lifts off the throttle as he rounds the cones. Then he's back on the throttle to the next row of cones. Lifting the throttle pitches the car's weight forward and helps the turn. From the outside, the car's movement should have all the grace of a champion slalom skier. Now look what happens when the driver attacks the course without thinking, just trying to get through as quickly as possible. The car gets out of shape and he's lost his rhythm. But, worst of all, it's taken him 50% longer to complete the course. It doesn't matter how good your car is or your skill as a driver, you need to keep your concentration throughout these tests or you'll run ragged and spin out. Even Kazunori in the awesome Mitsubishi Evo 8 with permanent four-wheel drive finds a slalom can catch him out.
I'm sorry.